You talking about war? We're going to wage war right here. The first match out is going to be Mark Lewin against Abdullah the Butcher. He could not refuse the match.
Well, he could not, and if I know Mark Lewin, he would not either. So that is the first match on the program today. And again, he digs into the side of the head of Lewin, headbutts Lewin. That skull of his coming down. Again, it's Lewin fighting back. What a grueling match. This is hatred. That sleeper hold from Mark Lewin. Beautiful Mark Lewin has a sleeper hold on Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah trying to stand up, but the sleeper is on. The sleeper is on, and Lewin is digging in, taking down Abdullah the Butcher, digging in, stopping the circulation, getting into the brain, and Abdullah's going down. Look at Big Bad John perturbed, seeing his going down. In comes Big Bad John, but Mark Lewin beautifully drop kicks him right out of the way and then goes back. And Big Bad John takes heavy knocks from Lewin. Down and on the deck is John as Lewin with a side headlock on Abdullah the Butcher. Pushed away by Abdullah. Up the ropes he comes. Mark shoulders Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah hits the deck. Lewin go, wow! Lewin over the top, and Lewin has hung himself in the ropes there. Abdullah getting down out of the way. Lewin is locked in. Wallaby Bob trying to break the grip of the ropes. But now it's Big Bad John and Abdullah. Look, it's Mark Lewin locked in the ring. He can't move. Abdullah digging the head in. Wallaby Bob McMaster's trying to pull him away, but they're all on. It's Big Bad John and Abdullah working on Mark Lewin. Wallaby Bob trying with all his strength to pull it away, but it's Abdullah digging into Mark Lewin. Oh, this is Kerr. This is Dog. Look at the way they're going. Come on. Mark Lewin's in trouble. The bell. Referee has called for a disqualification. He has called the match off, but there's no stopping them. They're still digging into Mark Lewin. In comes King Curtis. King Curtis the assistance, but King Curtis is victim to Abdullah the Butcher and Big Bad John as they ram the head of King Curtis straight into that steel corner post. Oh, this is a grudge match. This is war. This is hatred. Curtis has taken, he's been driven straight into the turnbuckle. They won't stop. Wallaby Bob McMaster still trying to pull them apart, trying to get Mark Lewin's head out, but again Abdullah ripping in. And now it's Mark Lewin still victim of Abdullah. King Curtis down. Wallaby Bob trying to pull back, pull off Abdullah Butcher. Big Bad John is holding the legs of Mark Lewin. Wallaby Bob pulls him away and slam one's into Big. And Wallaby Bob, oh, Wallaby's fighting for Lewin, but Wallaby's been picked up. Oh, the brainbuster coming down. Oh, it's Wallaby Bob knocked rotten and Abdullah coming down right on Mark Lewin. They're all down, they're all out. Lewin split right up. Curtis, Wallaby Bob knocked out. Big Bad John holding the legs of Mark Lewin. But Curtis is fighting blindly. Curtis is ripping into them. He is just fighting from the memory as he rips into Abdullah. Rips into Big Bad John. Lewin's still down. They're busted wide open. This is war. There's no mercy. There's no quarter given. They're just ripped and pounded into each other. Lewin to his feet. Again, it's Lewin and Curtis working on Abdullah and Big Bad John. Wallaby Bob McMaster's down and out, taking that brain buster, that suplex from Big Bad John. Wallaby down and knocked rotten. It's Mark Lewin and King Curtis. Look, busted wide open. As I said to you, this is war, this is hatred. There's been no mercy, no quarter given. They've ripped Curtis fighting blindly, coming back from the floor and ripping into for the protection of Mark Lewin. And it's Wallaby Bob assisted now from the ring by Chief Billy White Wolf and the Golden Greek Spiros Arion. War, this is hatred, this is...
Curtis! Hell, I thought this war was ended! I thought this war was over! But it's a lie! It's war and I'm declaring it! We're gonna go back into a war! We're gonna get them and slice them! I almost lost an eye! And Lewin almost lost half of his face! This war is just beginning! This is just the first of the many battles that are yet to come against Big Bad John and his army. Lewin, you and I represent the masses. There can be no peace, no harmony until we destroy Big Bad John and we will destroy them. We will.
People's Army's weapon, a bat, in case Big Bad John wants to interfere at all with that cane outside the ring. But so far there's been no interference. It's just been a battle with everything in. There's a sleeper. Mark Lewin's got the sleeper on Abdullah the Butcher. He has a sleeper hold. Big Bad John's getting up on the apron of the ring, but Eddie Swan makes him get down. Curtis way out of sight, out of range of the camera, has that bat, and he waved it in the air, and Big Bad John got the message and did not interfere. A beautiful drop kick by Mark Lewin. There's another one, but Abdullah the Butcher, oh, he missed that drop kick. I started to say Abdullah took that punishment to those drop kicks. This has been a real war. There's a headbutt now. Big Bad John is up on the apron of the ring, and he's got his head tied in the ropes, and it's 2 against 1, and John lets him have one to the midsection. He's got him now in there, and Mark Lewin is writhing on the canvas. He holds Curtis down though. Big Bad John. Abdullah the Butcher comes in with the butcher's axe, and now he's holding Lewin. And there's the butcher's axe coming down on Mark Lewin. But here comes Chief, what do you use? And then he comes, a smash to the side of the head to Big Bad John. He headbutts Abdullah the Butcher. He's going wild, another headbutt, another one. He's hammering it in there. Big Bad John comes up, boots him in the back. Curtis and Lewin are on the mat. Eddie Swan looking over at King Curtis. But Big Bad John now's got Wadi Ayub down, and then comes the butcher's axe on Wadi Ayub. And now Mark Lewin coming back and really pouring it in. King Curtis is wild. Big Bad John taking the full force. Abdullah the Butcher, the full force of Lewin's blows. Now it's 3 against 2, and that's what it should be against those 2 warmongers. Real mongrels. Abdullah. Awarded the match to Spiro Sarian, the winner, and Austra-Asian heavyweight champion, Spiro Sarian. And now as he tries to hand the belt, look at Abdullah the Butcher. He dropped Eddie Swan and put the butcher's axe on Eddie Swan. And now Spiro Sarian is picking up that chair. Look at Abdullah the Butcher come down. And now he's coming out, up again. Poor Eddie Swan has taken a beating. The hands of Abdullah the Butcher, but hey, Spiro Sarian trying to protect the referee. The match is over, using the chair, and in comes Waldo Von Erich. And now, 3 against 1, a headbutt. He spins him around. John gets him. And the headbutt by Abdullah. Into the midsection by John. The match is over, but now here's King Curtis. Curtis comes in, and the war is really on. Curtis is really one-winding. Let's Waldo Von Erich have it right in the eye. He comes chops Big Bad John. And here comes Mark Lewin. He upends Waldo Von Erich. Curtis has really taken over on Abdullah the Butcher, and Mark Lewin giving Big Bad John and his soldiers the punishment they so richly deserve. And who comes back the strongest? The Golden Greek Spiro Sarian. Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Him again. He drop kicks Bulldog Brower. He drop kicks him again. 21 stone 6 goes down, and now he is tied up, both arms entangled in the rope, and every fan at Festival Hall are egging him on because they've used every dirty trick in the book. The human torpedo. He torpedoes his head right into the midsection. He knocks Big Bad John down. Here comes the human torpedo again, and he goes through, and he's hung himself in the ropes. And Bulldog Brower holding onto the ropes. In comes King Curtis. He's strangling in the ropes. And Eddie Swan trying to get Mark Lewin loose. Look at Big Bad John on the ropes. And Eddie Swan is telling the announcer at ringside, obviously, that Mark Lewin is unable to continue. The winner is Big Bad John and Mark Lewin. And that's the only decision the referee, Eddie Swan, could possibly render. I just hope that Mark Lewin hasn't injured his neck permanently. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic, the brutality of this man. With Mark Lewin there, he had his foot on him, and now they've cut King Curtis's head wide open. The blood is streaming down. 2 against 1. Eddie Swan is powerless to stop it, and Mark Lewin writhing on the canvas. His neck could be injured. That is steel cable wrapped in hard rubber. And the fans are chanting for somebody. They're chanting. Eddie Swan has had the shirt ripped off his back, doing everything in his power. Big Bad John throws him out of the way. He rolls out of the ring, and now putting the boots in. This could cause serious injury. But here comes Thunderbolt Patterson, attacking both the Big Bad John and Dick the Bulldog Brower, and is really pouring it on. Oh, a human thunderbolt is turned loose in there. He has erupted, and every fan at Festival Hall, all 7,000 of them, are up and cheering